YouTube, how we doing, family? It's your boy, Yo, and this is another episode of the Ballpark Show. I go through every MLB game every day and try and narrow it down to the plays that I personally see the most value in. Today's Saturday, August 2nd. I have 4 games and 5 props at the end, so stick around. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your favorite game in the comment section below. Without further ado, let me get into today's recap. Recapping yesterday, we cashed our highlighted play of the day. We took the San Diego Padres laying 1.5 runs against the St. Louis Cardinals. It was plus 140 odds at the time of recording. Like I said yesterday, I'm expecting a playoff push from San Diego. Pivetta pitched exceptional, 7 innings, only 1 earned run, and the bullpen did the rest. They also debuted Mason Miller, which was cool to see. Final score was 4-1 Padres. We went 3-0, cashed on all 3 games, but it was crazy because all 3 were comebacks. The most emphatic being that Rockies game. 9-0 in the first inning. Stop it. I couldn't even believe it. Great start to August. Let's keep that momentum rolling and get back in that win column today. Without further ado, let me get into today's games. In our first matchup, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers in Tampa Bay taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Dodgers are minus 138 on the money line, and the total is 8.5 runs. On the mound, we have Blake Snell going for Los Angeles, and we have Drew Rasmussen going for Tampa. Don't be fooled by their current ERAs. This is a huge pitching mismatch. Snell only has 2 games played since returning from injury. Yeah, he has a 2.0 ERA in those 2 games, but he has an 8.0 expected ERA. I've seen a lot of pitchers' expected numbers, and Snell has some of the worst in the league. Rasmussen has a 2.96 ERA over 21 games, and I trust him a lot more in this spot. The Rays have the bullpen advantage, and honestly, the Dodgers offense hasn't been anything special over the last 30 days. I like the value. We're taking the Rays on the money line. You can find it for plus 115 odds as our first selection. Let's move. In our next matchup, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates in Colorado taking on the Colorado Rockies. Pirates are minus 220 on the money line, and the total is 10 runs. On the mound, we have Paul Skeens going for Pittsburgh, and we have Austin Gomber going for Colorado. You guys all know Paul Skeens. I don't need to say too much. Guy is arguably the best pitcher in the league. Gomber's had a disappointing season, but he does have solid expected numbers. In Coors Field, though, there's no way I'm laying minus 220 with the Pirates. They could lose it 1-0 in the 11th inning with this offense. I expect Gomber to improve. I do like Paul Skeens, and I think we stay under this total. It does make me a little nervous after we saw 33 runs yesterday, but it's a new day, and these are 2 solid starting pitchers. I don't blame you if you want to isolate it to the first 5 innings, but I'm taking the Pirates and Rockies under the 10 runs as our next selection. Let's move. In our next matchup, we have the Milwaukee Brewers in Washington taking on the Washington Nationals. Brewers are minus 192 on the money line, and the total is 8.5 runs. On the mound, we have Brandon Woodruff going for Milwaukee, and we have Jake Irvin going for Washington. Similar to what I was saying about the Padres yesterday, the Brewers always seem to find their stride right before the postseason. Woodruff does only have 4 games back since returning from injury, but he's been exceptional. 2.01 ERA and a 2.25 expected ERA. Irvin, on the other hand, is headed in the opposite direction. 4.69 ERA and a 5.18 expected. He should regress. And it goes further than that. The Nationals have the worst bullpen in Major League Baseball. This is a straight-up mismatch, and I think we see something like 6-1 Milwaukee. We're taking the Brewers laying the 1.5 runs. You can find it for minus 110 odds as our first highlighted selection of the afternoon. Let's move. In our last and final matchup, we have the New York Yankees in Miami taking on the Miami Marlins. Yankees are minus 120 on the money line, and the total is 8 runs. On the mound, we have Cam Schlittler going for New York, and we have Yuri Perez going for Miami. If you guys didn't know, Yuri's one of the hottest young prospects in Major League Baseball. A 3.07 ERA, but a 2.68 expected ERA. He's got almost a 27% strikeout rate, and I'm high on his game moving forward. I do expect Schlittler to improve as his career progresses. He only has 3 starts at the major league level, but improvement from a 4.91 ERA doesn't make you a favorite against a heating Marlins offense. Miami has the better bullpen, and without Aaron Judge, I think we get it done, no problem. We're taking the Marlins on the money line. You can find this one for even money as our second highlighted selection of the afternoon. All right, guys, let's get into those props. 5 for today, and I'm ready to sweep it. First, we're taking Isaac Paredes of the Houston Astros to get 1 run or RBI. He's the Astros' go-to guy in terms of getting on the board, and I expect a higher scoring game tonight. Next, we're taking Jarren Duran of the Boston Red Sox to get 2 or more bases. He's on a 7-game streak, hitting for a ton of power. I also like the matchup against Colton Gordon. Next, we're taking Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians to get 1 run or RBI. He's always hitting for hard contact, and the Guardians should run over the Twins. Next, we're taking Kyle Stowers of the Miami Marlins to get 1 run or RBI. We've been cashing with Stowers for a while now. He's that diamond in the rough. Top 5 in the league in hard contact, and we expect big things from the Marlins tonight. Last but definitely not least, we're taking Austin Riley of the Atlanta Braves to get 2 or more bases. Great matchup against Chase Burns. He's getting 2 tonight. And that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. 1-0 on our first highlighted play in August. Let's start that streak and make it 3-0 today. I appreciate your support so much. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, yo! And until the next one, I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.